You wake up every morning thinking you're doing everything right for your health. Maybe you drink a glass of water, have your coffee, scroll through your phone, or rush straight to work. But what if I told you that one simple habit you do every morning could be silently damaging your heart? And according to Harvard researchers, it's far more common than you think. So what is this hidden danger? It's skipping a proper, calm start to your morning, especially eating breakfast too late or rushing into stress before your body is ready. Harvard studies show that people who consistently delay breakfast or replace it with just coffee are 27% more likely to develop heart-related problems. Why? Because your body wakes up in a delicate hormonal state, and the first hour after waking sets the tone for your entire cardiovascular system. Here's what happens. When you wake up, your cortisol levels naturally spike. It's your body's way of giving you energy. But when you add extra stress, like checking emails, rushing to work, or drinking strong coffee on an empty stomach, your cortisol skyrockets even higher. This triggers a chain reaction, increased blood pressure, higher heart rate, and inflammation in your arteries. Over time, these small daily spikes create tiny damages in your blood vessels, making your heart work harder than it should. Skipping breakfast makes it even worse. Your heart and brain expect a steady glucose supply in the morning to stabilize cortisol. When you go too long without eating, your body stays in fight or flight mode longer, which Harvard scientists say accelerates arterial stiffness, a key factor in heart aging. In fact, one large-scale Harvard study tracking 26,902 men over 16 years found that those who skipped breakfast had a 7% higher risk of heart attacks or coronary heart disease. And it's not just about breakfast timing, it's also about mental stress. The first 30 minutes after waking are when your nervous system is most sensitive. If you immediately jump into your phone, doom scroll news, or answer stressful messages, you're essentially training your body to start the day in emergency mode. This daily repetition rewires your stress response, keeping your heart under constant pressure. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine two people. Sarah wakes up, drinks water, stretches for 5 minutes, eats a small bowl of oatmeal, and enjoys her coffee after eating. Her cortisol drops naturally within an hour, her blood vessels relax, and her heart rate stabilizes. Now Mark wakes up, grabs a black coffee, scrolls through work emails, and rushes out the door without eating. His cortisol stays high for hours, his arteries tighten, and over time, microscopic damage builds up. The kind that silently ages his heart, even if he feels perfectly fine. Here's something most people don't realize. These small daily stresses don't just strain your heart for a few hours. They create tiny micro-tears in your arterial walls. Your body responds by sending cholesterol to patch these micro-tears. And over years, this becomes plaque buildup. Harvard cardiologists explain that this is how heart disease quietly develops long before any symptoms appear. By the time you feel chest pain or shortness of breath, the damage has already been building for decades. So what should you do instead? First, give yourself at least 15 to 20 minutes of calm before diving into your phone or work. This lowers cortisol naturally. Second, eat something light but balanced within the first hour of waking. It doesn't need to be a heavy meal. A handful of nuts, some Greek yogurt, or oatmeal with berries can help stabilize blood sugar and protect your heart. And third, drink water before coffee. Hydration reduces blood viscosity, which means your heart doesn't need to pump as hard. And if you think it's too late to change, it's not. Harvard researchers emphasize that the key is consistency. One rushed morning won't destroy your heart, but years of this habit will. Arterial stiffness, chronic inflammation, and early plaque buildup all start with small daily stressors. Changing this one morning habit can literally slow down the aging of your heart. Here's the encouraging part. Studies show that people who switch to a calmer, heart-friendly morning routine noticed improvements in resting heart rate and blood pressure in as little as 6 weeks. Your body is incredibly resilient, and it responds quickly when you give it the right conditions. Even if you've spent years with bad habits, your heart can recover more than you think. So ask yourself, are you giving your heart the calm start it deserves? Your future self will thank you. Don't let a rushed morning steal years from your life. If you found this helpful, hit that subscribe button for more science-backed tips to stay young, healthy, and full of energy. But let's go even deeper into why this matters. Harvard researchers often refer to what they call the morning window of vulnerability. This is the first 1 to 2 hours after you wake up, when your blood is naturally thicker, your heart rate is irregular, and your arteries are slightly tighter than during the rest of the day. Your body was at rest for hours, and as soon as you wake up, it has to quickly adjust to gravity, movement, and oxygen demands. If you pile stress, caffeine, and no food on top of this fragile state, you're literally pushing your heart to work overtime at the exact moment it is least prepared to handle it. Think of your heart as a car engine on a cold winter morning. You wouldn't slam the accelerator the second you turn the key, right? You let it warm up. But every rushed morning, every black coffee on an empty stomach, every frantic scroll through stressful news is like flooring that gas pedal while the engine is still cold. The damage doesn't show immediately, but over time, it wears the engine down. One more shocking fact: a 2021 Harvard Medical School analysis found that people who combined 3 bad morning habits, skipping breakfast, high caffeine intake before eating, and high mental stress, had a 60% higher risk of developing hypertension by middle age. Even more alarming, these effects were seen in people who otherwise exercised and ate healthy for the rest of the day. Your morning literally programs your heart for the next 12 to 16 hours. So here's your action plan. If you truly want to protect your heart, start your day with water and slow breathing for 5 minutes. Do a light stretch or even a short walk to improve circulation before you eat. Have a simple, balanced breakfast and save your coffee for at least 15 minutes after you eat. And most importantly, stay away from emails, stressful news, or social media for the first 20 minutes. This isn't just a wellness trend. It's about giving your heart the recovery time it needs. Imagine how much healthier you could feel in just a few weeks if you made these tiny changes. Lower blood pressure, better energy, improved mood, and most importantly, a heart that ages more slowly. Your future self, 10, 20, or 30 years from now, will thank you for every calm, heart-friendly morning you choose today. So I'll ask you again, are you giving your heart the calm start it truly deserves? If not, tomorrow is the perfect day to start. If you found this helpful, don't just keep it to yourself. Share it with someone you care about. And hit that subscribe button for more science-backed tips to stay young, healthy, and full of energy. Your heart deserves it.